What's up, guys? Zanderson 977 here today to One Piece 755 review. Now, in this chapter of One Piece, right? In my opinion, this chapter of One Piece was almost like a filler chapter. Nothing really extravagant um or nothing really tantamount perhaps to the overall overarching story happened in this chapter. We know that there are certain fights like Fujitora versus Sabo, Zora versus Pika. Even though we did get a sneak peek, we see the aftermath of Zora's attack on Pika, and we see him bleeding at the mouth this era. So that's interesting. So he did get damaged, and Zora is the one who's probably overpowering him in that era. Um, we haven't seen the real exciting big events as what we're expecting to see. For the time being, we're getting this type of story that kind of is neither here nor there. So apparently in this chapter we get the lowdown on Princess Mancherry, and we find out that she's not actually in the Smile Factory. But when the news gets out, King's Riku pretty much determines that, oh yeah, she's definitely in the Royal Palace. And we see in this some area in this room, someone is giving her food, so she's definitely in the Royal Palace. And it's even said by King Riku that Doflamingo would definitely not kill her because he wants to use her ability or her power, whatever that power may be. I'm guessing that it's pretty a Hack's ability, as Doflamingo would want it for himself, and considering the fact that these dwarves are very tiny, very small, yet they are so devastatingly strong. It's more than likely a pretty devastating, strong OP Hack's power. And then we see the showdown between Frankie and Senor Pink, right? We're getting hints and sneaks and peeks here and there, but for the overall story, nothing really is progressing as we want to see. We'll want to see some real good fights. It's been a very long while since we've seen a good fight where it lasted chapter after chapter, page after page, one of them good old fights. I'm sure that we are all waiting for that. So in my opinion, it was a very okay chapter of One Piece. Not much really happened, but hey, that's how it is sometimes. So that's it, that's my review. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Sayonara.